happening, guys? It's Nagpal for iGyaan.in, and today we're going to be looking at the LG Optimus L9. We're going to be taking a quick look at this device and seeing how it performs in our initial hands-on review of the LG Optimus L9. Now, this phone costs about 18,500 rupees in the market, or about roughly $350 when it comes to US dollar price. This phone has a 1 GHz dual core processor. It's only 9.1mm thin or thick, however you like to look at it. It has a 4.7-inch QHD display, which is a 540 by 960 pixel display. You have a 2150 mAh battery, and for the OS we have Ice Cream Sandwich with a possible Jelly Bean upgrade coming out shortly. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the device, and then we'll turn it on and see how the OS looks. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this front plastic, and when I do that, you'll be able to take a look at this nice looking 4.7-inch 234 pixel per inch density 540 by 960 pixel display. Like I said, it's a QHD display, so nice. We have a hardware physical button at the bottom, a back button which is a touch capacitive button, along with a menu button which is also a touch capacitive button. You can see that the display is fairly nice and vibrant, but we'll come back to that in just a minute. If you look at the secondary camera over here, it is a VGA camera, so not too great. You also have a earpiece on the top over here along with the LG logo, which is prominently placed in the center. If I look at the right hand side, you'll see a power lock and unlock button located on the right side for thumb access. And on the top over here you will see microphone, which is a dedicated noise cancellation microphone, and you do have a 3.5mm headphone jack. You can also see that we have a sort of tapered edge design on the L9, which is also fairly nice. If we look at the side over here, we have a volume rocker which is located conveniently over here, and on the bottom we have a micro USB port for charging, data syncing, and the main microphone. Now, along the edges you will notice that it comes wrapped in this plastic bit, or this plastic wrap. So I'm just going to quickly get rid of all of these so that I can give you a quick look at what the device actually looks like. Okay, so basically we have a LG Optimus 4X HD sort of design. So we have chrome plated plastic bezels on the front as well as the back, along with a texturized center panel which is in the center of both the bezels. Looks fairly decent. When there was a plastic lamination coating on it, it looked quite horrible. But after taking it off, it looks quite nice. It's got a titanium sort of chrome color, so it's a dark gray sort of chrome that looks nice. Let's come back to the back of the device. We have a 5-megapixel autofocus camera, LED flash. You can see the camera is capable of geo tagging. It also has touch focus and face detection. We have the LG logo in shiny chrome over here, along with the speakerphone, which is located at the bottom over here. Again, you have a texturized panel that does make that squeaky sound, or the scratchy sound that I like. And let's quickly remove the back panel, and you will see the SIM card slot. It's a standard size SIM card slot, so no issues over there. And if I quickly remove the battery, you can see that this is the 2150 mAh battery that we have. So we do have a memory card slot which is under the SIM card slot over here. So the SIM card goes from here and the memory card goes from here. It does accept up to 32GB of micro SD SDHC cards. So you can use up to 32 GB. The phone comes with an inbuilt storage of 4 GB, and you also have 1 GB of RAM. If we talk about the processor, on the inside we have a TI OMAP processor. 4430 is the number, and it is a dual core 1 GHz CPU, which is a Cortex A9 CPU. And for graphics, we have PowerVR SGX 540, which is again a fairly decent graphics chip. And let's see how it performs when we turn on the OS of this device. So there you go, you have the new style LG UI, which is over here. So you can take a sneak peek from wherever you tap on the screen. Looks fairly decent. Let's unlock it quickly, and you can see that you have the weather widget over here, and a couple of LG standard look, and a couple of optimizations that LG does with their Android UI. Of course, you should have the new style notification panel. You can customize these little widgets over here. If you go into the edit menu, you can add more quick settings into your notification panel, which is fairly nice to do. So you can customize your notification panel, something that I really like. You can also quickly jump to settings from here. I'm going to quickly just do that. I'm going to go into about phone, and I'm going to look at software information. We are running Android version 4.0.4. Hopefully we can get an update to Jelly Bean as well. We can also quickly use quick memo on this, so let's take a quick look at that as well. I'm going to tap on quick memo, and it quickly opens up a memo, and I can quickly make a memo over here. That's nice. Again, if I want to save it, I can. If I want to discard it, I can do that as well. So they're fairly nice. If I look at the app list over here, we have the application manager. Fairly nice looking application screen over here. You also get an included task manager. A couple of apps are pre-installed. So you have a software update app, which is pre-installed. You have the LG Smart World app, Smart Share app, which is pre-installed. You also have the LG App Club, the LG Informer, something called the Help Desk, which is again nice. You also have Polaris Office, so office work on the go. Gallery and a Cell Broadcast application, again pre-installed. We can also take a look at a bunch of widgets that are pre-installed over here. Fairly nice. LG also allows you to do a couple of things, or actually it did allow you to do a couple of things in their 4X HD, and I believe they've done it here as well. So I can customize the icons of my applications as per my requirement, or I can create a photo icon for everything, which is absolutely wonderful. So something like Instagram, I can have a custom icon for it by clicking one of my pictures, something that I really like on the LG UI, which is absolutely brilliant. I can also personalize the screen, add shortcuts, I can add widgets, and I can also change the wallpaper. I can also choose from live wallpapers, which are over here as well. So fairly nice look at the user interface. If I quickly jump into settings over here, I'll also show you a couple of other things that we have. So we can change the way the home screen and the lock screen looks in this. So for example, if I go into display, we have a couple of settings for display, which is standard. Then I can come into home screen. I can do a bunch of customizations. I can also change between several themes. I quite like the cozy wall theme. So it's a little different from the Optimus theme that people have started to sort of dislike because it's very boxy. You can change from a bunch of themes that are over here. So for example, if I go into the cozy wall theme, I can come back out, and now my screen looks a little different. It looks a little more fun. And of course, if I don't like the icons, I can quickly customize the icons by tapping on this little brush that comes in after holding down on the icon. So very customizable user interface, fairly nice to look at. If I come into the lock screen, you can also set up your owner information for the lock screen. You can set the lock screen style. You can either have a pattern, pin, or password, those kind of things. So fairly nice to look at that as well. Let's quickly go ahead and open up the internet browser after we quickly connect to the internet. So let's quickly jump into settings, and we'll quickly connect to a Wi-Fi network. So there you go, we are quickly connected to Wi-Fi. Let's open up iGyaan on the browser. We're using the stock browser, so no issues over there. We're not gonna talk about third-party browsers right now. So since it is running Ice Cream Sandwich, I can install Google Chrome on this, but we're currently looking at the stock browser that is given by LG, or the stock Android browser, depending on how and if they have customized the browser. So it should load up our website. Our internet is running quite slow today. So you can see that it loads up our mobile site fairly well. As I said, our Wi-Fi is running slow today, so I can't really show you what the speed of the browser is, but you can see it loads up the full mobile website really easily. Let's load up the full website for iGyaan, and we'll take a look at that as well. So you can see it loads up the full website properly over here. Pinching and zooming in is also fairly snappy, really responsive when the browser is looked at. It's still loading up the website. Like I said, Wi-Fi is still slow, but you can see even though it's loading it up, it's very fluid, almost buttery smooth when it comes to the browser interface. If I quickly shift into landscape over here as well, you can see that the same kind of interface continues, and panning, zooming, everything seems to be really responsive, really fast indeed. So that was a quick look at the browser. I'm not going to load up a video because everything is running slow on our internet right now. So I will be back with a gaming video on this, and even a benchmarks video on this, and we'll then come back and take a look at the full device. All in all, it looks like it's a fairly nice and responsive device. The processor seems quite capable. It fits quite nicely in the hand, and the display is really nice and vivid. The body is quite plasticky, and that is something that you might want to look at. It doesn't feel very solidly built, and it seems somewhat low end to look at, but it has a nice set of specifications on the inside, so that's fairly good. And the bezel looks nicer now that I got rid of the plastic cover, and it has that flimsy sort of plastic back that I do not enjoy, because you have a lot of tabs that don't fit in at all times, but Overall, the device seems like a good option. It has a nice set of specs. So we'll be back with a full review, and we'll be back with a set of videos for the L9. If you have any questions or queries about this device, please do leave them in the comment section below. You can check out the full hands-on detail at iGyaan.in, and you can also catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Make sure you do subscribe to us on YouTube for all the latest updates. youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV. For iGyaan Network, this has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching.